Okay, so hello and welcome to the Justice League Takeover, the SCGC. We throw in all of the acronyms and everything for me to do. Live stream. So thank you. So do you want to introduce yourselves as the Justice League?
Tranter should put his webcam on first.
You'll get there. Introduce yourself.
Yeah, come on, Tranter, for goodness sake.
No, I'm talking to.
You said introduce yourselves. I'm gonna say I am the Justice League.
Okay,
It's
so
Trantman.
I'm Ricky, and
Nice.
we're like 10 hours into streaming now, and I'm feeling very tired.
You're not even gone through the night yet.
I
know. So, okay, so Adam has just frozen. Do you want to introduce yourself?
No, I haven't.
I know
What,
we're
now I'm
live
frozen?
and all. So should we just pretend that last minute didn't happen? We'll start again.
Yes.
No.
I was trying.
I'm Adam, and I'm not frozen.
I'm Kieran, and if you listen
Can
to
you
the
bring your
laughter,
visor down? Can you bring your target down?
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm Kieran, and if you listen to the podcast, you would have known this was coming.
I'm Tranter, and I like to think this is just a pleasant surprise.
Okay, so
This is a pleasant surprise.
it is.
I'm like super hot because this thing is made out of insulation, so I'm going to take it off.
Well, you're not allowed to make that decision. I know you've been married to Lucy for a while, and she clearly finds you attractive, but you can't say you're super hot. Other people have to say that. Otherwise, that's just really narcissistic.
Is this your way of telling Trant that you find him hot, Adam?
He looks like Alan Davis, so yes.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, we're here today, 10 hours into the SCGC 2021 virtual convention, 24-hour live stream in aid of Wales Ape and Monkey Sanctuary. And so what we were originally going to do is I found a meme that was like a blank table with a box for every year from 1989 to 2021, and you were supposed to pick your favorite game for all of those years, and we thought we'd give it a go. But then we also realized time restrictions, so we kind of swapped it up a bit. So
Can I just say, Kieran, thank you for tidying up your room ahead of time.
That's my room.
Actually,
Yeah, that's his room. This isn't my mess.
Nice.
Hold on, I'll
Ricky
shift
should be
slightly.
saying that. Thank you for tidying up my room.
Well, this is his clean washing, so this isn't mess. This is just a pile of clean clothes.
It would be a shame if somebody was to lay all over that clean washing with his teenage stink. Yeah.
I just moved all of my clean washing out of view of the camera.
Well,
is it just like a Trenta-shaped pile of clothing?
Yeah.
You know, I just realized
10 miles away.
Starts about here.
I am 10 miles away. I can't go and do that. That's why I was telling Kieran yesterday I need a green screen, so then you won't know that all my mess is behind me.
I think this is the first time we've seen Tranter on video for ages as well.
Yeah, it's
we normally do this thing over audio.
It's definitely interesting wearing clothes and doing a podcast. That's new for me, so it's good to see that you guys have also taken to that.
Yeah.
I've literally just got that much.
Yeah, Kieran's just gone Anchorman and he's just wearing his pants below the waist. I have to
apologize. Had a haircut too, Kieran.
I have to apologize if you can hear any booming bass because the guy upstairs, it's his birthday, and he told us yesterday, I'd just like to warn you, we're gonna have a party. It might be a bit loud. I don't know if you can hear it.
No,
Hopefully not.
No,
Nope, I think.
not at the moment.
We just had Journey.
that's like me with my house.
in through the windows. Yeah.
I keep having to apologize for my neighbors, and nobody can ever hear them except for me. It's like,
Yeah.
He hasn't.
I'm just like,
yeah.
Journey again? Come on, man.
But
same song. Play that same song again.
Okay, so when we first saw it, we thought, yeah, let's do that, 1989 to 2021. But then we realized Kieran wasn't born for like 10 of those years.
Yep.
So we were gonna do it from like.
Does that make you feel old, Ricky?
No, the fact that I've been sat down for most of the days and the day today, and now when I move,
Most
my
of the
knees
day
hurt, makes me
is-
feel old. So yeah, so we thought we'd change it up to like 2005, and then we still realized that's still quite a lot of years. So we're gonna do our top 5 games each, and then me,
Oh,
Tranter,
okay.
and Kieran will probably say a couple of words, and Adam will tell you everything from development to republishers.
So in your so when we let Adam talk, we can all leave.
No, I've just most of mine actually within the space of about 5 years. Actually,
5 years of speaking or 5 years of games?
preparing to speak.
Okay, so
We've only
who
got
wants
like
to go
we've only
first?
got 50 minutes. Well, who's got the? The earliest game I've got on my list is I got 2 from 1990. I mean, I haven't selected which ones are my top 5 yet. I was just going to call them out quickly and then just decide which ones were top.
Yeah, I don't have like a solid top 5. I'm just gonna like freestyle.
Yeah. And when me and Kieran were going over it, it was sort of like some were series, and it was like, oh,
Nope.
Yeah.
how'd you split them up? So
Yeah, that's a nope, that isn't it? 'Cause you're like,
yeah, it was like I was explaining to Kieran yesterday, because one of mine, I'll spoilers now. Sorry, Mark. But one of mine is gonna be Metal Gear Solid. And when I was explaining to Kieran,
spoiler alert. There's a video game called Metal Gear Solid. Mark.
no,
Yeah, I don't even play it. I'm not.
No, it spoiled my list.
Oh,
Oh,
No,
well, you
get
get a
it right
chance
this time.
eventually.
I was the first to say Snake Eater as one of my top 5. And then you
Yeah.
went, you've taken my list! You've taken mine! Blah, blah, blah.
So I turned around and said that, okay, Snake Eater's probably my favorite game in that series, but
for a second there, I thought you meant about the game Snake on like the
On a mobile.
Nokia.
yeah. So
Specifically on the Nokia.
Yeah, because that's one of my favorite games.
so
That's on my
Brick
list.
Breaker was
I know.
Brick Breaker on the phones, Mike.
but like Metal Gear Solid was the game that got me into that genre of games. So like it was more important, even though Snake Eater's my favorite. So that's what I was gonna do. But now you guys have said I am done 5, just Metal Gear Solid the series, not just
No, but you are right though. Snake Eater. 2 was even though it divided fans. 2 deliberately went very meta. It's very deep. But no, 3 is just brilliant. It's just because of all the stuff you can do. Like you've not played any of the Metal Gear games, Mark.
Nope.
So the first one is stealth. Enemies will see you. They'll track your footprints. You can do goofy little things like hide in boxes. 3 will. You've got ammo stores and food stores for your enemies. You can hold them up and make them shake down stuff. But you can do things like blow up a food store. So they get hungry so they won't chase you as much. You can blow up their ammo store so they won't shoot at you so much. You can affect the difficulties in the game that way. You can find camouflage so that you can crawl around in different areas. And if you decide to take the enemies down by lowering their stamina, you get camo instead. And there's loads of little clever tricks, like little,
like there's one boss that he's a sniper, but he's really old, and you've got like four different opportunities to kill him. There's like this one, he's in a wheelchair when you first see him, and they wheel him out onto this bit.
Mm.
And
you got like 2 seconds to.
yeah. Daddy Cool has asked, when are you going to start? So I don't know if are we not coming
Hey,
through?
Daddy Cool, welcome to the show.
Are we recording?
Yeah. I guess.
I'm not recording.
No. Should
Kieran
I be?
said my gateway into more nerdy games was Mass Effect 2. Yeah, so anyway, at the end, you could kill him in a 2-second window there, or you can reset your clock and
On your PlayStation.
set it 2 weeks into the future, and he dies of old age.
Yeah. There are his boss battles in 4 interconnected maps, and if you run in there and then leave, then he's waited for you, got bored, and died. So you fight some soldiers instead, but also you can run up to him and hold him up, and he'll shake off his ghillie suit. You can wear that. You can also eat his bird as well, because one of the things about the game is you can collect food, and if you keep it in your game for too long, your timer in your PlayStation counts how long you've been in there. It's been in your inventory and it rots. And you can throw that to the hungry soldiers as well. The game itself, the game itself is really good. There's first-person elements and there's puzzle elements. The gameplay is great, and it's fantastic for the PlayStation 2. There's all the little things that you can do to make your game harder or easier, and it's a lot more of a more well-rounded experience.
So the chat are going off on so Kieran Primitive One has called out Kieran for saying that there's such thing as a non-nerdy game, and Soccer said he loves the Pixel Barbarian to you, Mark, and then
Thanks.
and then Kieran Jenkins have come back with a non-nerdy game is COD or FIFA. Okay, so that's going to be my first one then. So
That's a good one. That's a solid one to start with as well.
Yeah, so that's going to be my one, and Kieran's, I guess.
Yeah, is there a point of me talking about it now? Because Adam's just spoke for us.
No, well, no. You've got like a specific like moment that really made that one gel with you.
You've already said it. It's just the mechanics of the game.
Yeah.
Of how far in the future they were for its time.
Yeah, you've got to check it out, man. It's just nothing.
It's okay that you guys like the same game. I'm just going to point that you don't need to start arguing.
Yeah. Wait, no, we're arguing towards
it. No, it's my game. No, it's my game. No, it's my game.
Okay.
No, it's such a good game, and the series has blossomed in a way. But that was, I think we can all agree, 3 was just the real peak, really.
Okay, so seeing as we all said about that, I guess it's Mark's turn to say about a game or a series.
It's not on my list.
Okay.
All right. Well, I've again gone for a series. And that's the Batman Arkham Asylum, which I assume is probably on Kieran's list.
I told you, Ricky. I told you he'd have it.
It's on my list.
It's good.
Yeah, it's. I don't know how to explain why it's so good. It's just partially open world Batman game. I mean, you can just run around being Batman. It's cool. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Even though Origins.
Oh, here we go.
No, I was going to say even though Origins
about to poo-poo on it.
no, I thought it was fantastic. I love that game. Even though Origins was made by a different company. Was that?
Yeah.
So like me and Kieran were talking about this.
I'm going to delay now.
Me and Kieran were talking about this yesterday, and we were both saying about. Do you want to say it, Kieran, rather than me?
Well, you've already started, so you may as well finish.
So we were just saying that, like, Arkham City is the one that is like the best of the series, and Origins, even though it's the worst, has got its moments that still make it great.
Yeah, it's the worst of best series.
Yeah, and like, there's aspects of Arkham Knight that I don't like. Like, I didn't like that they went out and said, "You're never gonna guess the reveal," and spoilers. If you've read a comic book, you get the reveal.
Also, they said it's an unknown new character, and that was a outright lie.
Another thing I love about the games, though, is as well as like the story and the level, the city or the asylum. I love all like the extra single player, the combat missions, because I could sit and play them for weeks. Like
They don't feel like little gimmicks.
There's one I always remember where you just get waves and waves of thugs, and you just beat the crap out of them. But there's one where I think it was the first one, Asylum. I could be wrong. Someone will probably correct me, but it's you just your times on how long it takes to kill, like not kill, but like knock out 100 bad guys. And if you're anything like me, you've got to do it without taking a hit, because when you finish it, you get like combo bonuses and time bonuses and whatever, and then there's a no hit bonus. Every time I'll get to like 90 bad guys, and I'm like, oh yes, I'm doing great. Batarang, grappling hook, smoke bomb, bam, 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 boom.
Yep.
Right, that's it.
It's like
Pause, restart.
I know. Well, not that far into the level, but I told Adam this a couple of weeks ago that I've played the first 5 seconds of Downhill Jam on Tony Hawk's Pro Skater more than any other game. Because if I don't hit
Driver?
that line, if I don't hit that line on the first go, it's like restart. And I've done that so many times, so I totally get whether you're coming through.
You told me that you've never gotten further than the driving lesson at the beginning of Driver as well.
Oh yeah, that's really hard.
I did it earlier. I did it yesterday. Just to prove
show you.
I didn't even have to show you. I just knew I could do it. So
Ricky, I thought you said this was hard.
Dark Souls.
The Driver is the Dark Souls of driving games. Though.
No, Gran Turismo is the Dark Souls of
No.
Because you've got to get licenses and like after the first license, so I get to drive around in a Nissan Micra, and then on a box it's like a Nissan Skyline, and there's me just driving around in a Micra because I can't pass the test.
No. Gran Turismo is just more finely tuned. You at least can win a Gran Turismo. Have you ever played? No, you wouldn't have, because you never got to pass the first level. The final mission of Driver is impossible. The cars are faster than you. They actually have the weight of a tank, and they spot you from miles away, and they will keep on ramming you out the road. They push you into boxes like corners, and keep on driving into you till your vehicle gets wrecked, and you've got to go all across New York City on a PS1 game. I was like, why do I hate this level? Why? Oh, I just remember it being a straight. Oh yeah, I hate this game. 10 seconds in, I'm done.
Okay. So I don't know how Batman became Driver, but go on then, Kieran. You better say one before Adam names.
Yeah. So I was torn between having Assassin's Creed 2 or Assassin's Creed Brotherhood on the list. But I chose to go with Assassin's Creed 2 because it was the one that got me into the franchise. And it was the one that kind of became the more advanced Prince of Persia at the time, because Prince of Persia was starting to ramp up, then Assassin's Creed 2 came out by the same developers. But it was just the free roam and the free running. And it was like, oh my god, this is amazing. This is cool. And
it taught you history.
And it taught me history. It actually helped
kind of.
Well, some of them actually helped me answer test questions, even on things that we weren't even taught, like like Greek fire from I think it's Brotherhood or Revelation. But yeah, just the mechanics of it. Going back to it now, the mechanics seem really clunky and slow, but I still can sit there and play that game for hours, just completing all of the shops, like purchasing all the shops to get all the upgrades. Then you're just walking around with more money than you need.
Yeah. I think that's always going to be the problem with that.
Is it on your list as well, then, Mark?
The series, yeah. But my one was I played Assassin's Creed 1. Like, it was good, but it was super repetitive. Assassin's Creed 2 sort of changed that a little bit. I mean, it's still basically the same, but there's a lot more ways to track the target.
It's not one route, and it doesn't stop if
you
rooftops.
The first one, it was like, right, you need to find this guy and find out what he knows. So it's like, all right, we go here. You sit on a bench, listen to him, whatever. The second one sort of mixed that up a bit, but my favorite one is probably Assassin's Creed 3. I don't know. I just love the style, the design, the style, the time period, everything about it. That's my one.
Yeah, 3 was the one that changed the mechanics and made it so fluid that the mechanics are still there today. But
it's the one I've struggled on.
But
that's
number
my favorite.
Yeah.
That and Black Flag. Boom.
Yeah.
There we go, Kieran.
First off, because the main character is from Swansea. Of
course.
And
as is the voice actor, of course, as well.
And the sea shanties are amazing.
Okay, cool.
And that's what Kieran plays games for.
Questions come through, so let's hit them up. We got Mue 2. Best game that you keep coming back to. Let's do these ones quick so that we can carry on with our list.
Skyrim.
Super Mario 3.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
PS4.
I can't say Super Mario 3 now, can I? Damn it. Oh, come on, that's mine as well.
Okay, I'll go Pokemon.
No.
Damn.
Thank you.
Snake on the Nokia 3310.
Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic the Hedgehog.
Okay,
Nice.
and then Primitive 1.
Thank you.
Favorite game genre?
RPG.
Yeah.
Platform. Spider-Man.
I was going to make a joke about the Mario open world thing, but don't want to say
spilled sugar on the floor.
Daddy Cool has said one of his favorite games is Getting Up. And then
Nice.
Oh wait, do you mean Mark Echo's Getting Up? Daddy Cool. Do you mean Mark Echo's Getting Up? Or do you mean just Getting Up?
Then, and then Kieran Jenkins has said boo to you too for liking Assassin's Creed 3.
Well, boo to Kieran Jenkins
Yeah.
for being Kieran Jenkins.
Soft has said, what about
I'm the
Assassin's
better
Creed
Kieran.
Valhalla?
I haven't played it yet.
So
It looks
Valhalla
incredible.
is amazing. I've played it, but I wouldn't put it in the same category as the other Assassin's Creeds because they've gone more to RPG, where characters have levels. Yeah, you pick up items of different rarities and level to increase your guy, rather than just going hidden blades, sword, done.
Do you feel like it's not your Assassin's Creed?
It's a great game if you think of it as just being a new RPG. It does have the connections to Assassin's Creed, but if you're going into it thinking it's going to be exactly the same, you would be disappointed. But I'm not saying it's not a bad game because I've really enjoyed it. I've put in 200 hours and I've done nothing. I've just gone around the settlements going side mission, side mission, side mission.
I know which game I would have said. So I'm going to correct that quickly. Duke Nukem 3D. I play that game to death.
Primitive 1 has said Henry Rollins with a question. Henry Rollins?
Is that a game?
I don't know.
That's Henry Rollins' Black Flag. What about him?
Yeah. Oh, they said about Black Flag. Kelso said Resi 4 is going to be one of Adam's games.
It's not. Shut up, Kelly.
Soccer said the Graph game.
Graph game.
Yeah. Daddy Cooler said yes. Mark Adams Echoes.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And then they're talking about thoughts on Cyberpunk 2077. Haven't played it.
Played it on the Xbox One, so it didn't work. I was going around and there was nothing in the city. Now I have the Series X, and Ricky has a PC able to run it. I haven't played it yet because I'm still careful and worried that it's not going to function. But what did work of the game, I enjoyed. It reminded me a lot of Deus Ex.
Okay. So I guess we come to Adam's first choice.
My first choice would be kind of vanilla, really. I'd probably be Super Mario Land on Game Boy. That's one of the first games I played like just constantly till I almost had the pattern down for the game. So I mean, Super Mario Land 2 is a better game, but like the Mario theme tune for the Game Boy is permanently imprinted in my brain. So
and then Saya said reviews of 2077 put him off. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that one from you, Adam.
Can I say? Kelly's kind of right though about Resident Evil 4. I've played that loads of times, so
Okay.
I'm replaying it at the moment. But no, Mario Land, first one.
Anyone else want to go next? Do we want to give Kieran a go before anyone else says
Yeah,
anything
go,
that he's
Kieran.
going to say again?
So on my list is God of War, the PS4. I love the trilogy of 1, 2, 3 because I'm a sucker for hack and slash. To sit there, bash a button, feel almighty and powerful, and there's some story. Yeah. That's probably why I sat there and played through the entirety of Space Marine in one sitting, because it's a hack and slash. But
that's a good game.
The new God of War, I just loved how they showed him as Kratos as an old man, and what has come of him after doing all the brutal actions he did in the trilogy. He destroyed the Greek pantheon and just murdered Zeus, Hermes, so on. I don't think it's spoilers because that game's been out for over 10 years.
Yeah.
But
well, no, I was about to say, whoa, spoilers, but
the PS4 one is great story, the way it looks, and
I remember Lee pointing out the physics of his axe thing, that when it hits an enemy, it's as if it hits something. It doesn't just slice straight through. You see the weight of the.
It's the subconscious things you don't pay attention to that you shouldn't have to, that just feel right, I think.
And the fact with the blows with the axe are like timed perfectly vibrations, so it feels like it's going in, and it's not going to be pulled out unless you're that strong.
Were you laughing at Adam?
I saw his face, then I realized, like, yep. But yeah, what I enjoy about that game is just sitting there, just throwing the axe over and over again at enemies.
Okay.
So we've lost Adam.
Yeah.
Now you know why Tranter has to edit these before we can put them up normally. Because otherwise, one of us goes, he's going to have tea coming out of his nose now.
Got my mustache instead.
Okay, who's next?
Whoever. I don't know.
Mark, because Ricky and Adam have already said a few they like.
Another one of mine, absolute classic, the Halo series for me.
Yeah,
that's just fun, right?
Look at her, look easy.
Cod in space.
Yeah, I've never really played Call of Duty. It's always just Halo. It's like Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat. It's one or the other.
Street Fighter.
Mortal Kombat is the correct answer. Anyway, for Halo, for me, it's probably Halo 2. Because I never really played Halo 1. At least I played it, but I didn't have it. So the only time I played it was when we played like multiplayer up at my friends. But Halo 2, I did have, and the reason it's still one of my favorites is the, I guess, nostalgia that's attached to it. Because every time we played it, we would always just like grab an extra TV, take my Xbox up to my friends for just like the weekend, and would try and get like as many of us to just play the multiplayer, which was fun, and it was just like ridiculous. Like we had 2 games that we'd play at like, it's not like the end of the night, but later on when we're just sort of relaxing. So one would be, we called it Pistols, right? and we're just sort of the only weapon you can have is the pistols, and we'll alter the health bars so that it's literally one hit kill, like GoldenEye style. And we'd set the win limit to 250 in a series of like 4 or whatever. It was like first one to 1,000 kills, and we'd never finish it. We'd get bored. But what we would also do is we'd play the racing game on Blood Gulch, and the only vehicles you can get are the Warthog, right? And this one sort of goes on a moral rule, allowed to use a gun. Right? So what you've got to do is get to a Warthog. We called it Rally for Knobs, right? You get to a Warthog, and you've got to knock each other out of the Warthog and then drive them over, like run them over. And it's like first to 10 kills because it takes hours. And that was like our end of the night game, Rally for Knobs. That was it. And if you got frustrated and ended up shooting someone, that was it. Ridiculed for an entire week until you get another chance to redeem yourself. So it was good. So yeah, Halo 2 for me.
Kieran Jenkins has said Master Chief, the first Space Marine.
Yeah.
I think your dating's incorrect there, Kieran.
By about 20 years or so, really.
Go on then, Adam. You could be.
I was just going to add to that. I mean, what I like about the Halo series as well, you got 1, 2, and 3, which are fantastic. I just think they get better. And then you got ODST and Fall of Reach, which remind you, because they put you in different characters, they remind you how mighty, the Mjolnir 2 armor is. When you get like the ODST guys, and it's completely different. It's completely different animal. The bad guys are just tanks. Yeah. And then of course with Fall of Reach, and you got like Mjolnir 3. You got those backup guys. I mean, it's cool, but you still feel like you feel the weight of the enemies, and Master Chief just gets held up so much higher.
So
okay.
Kieran Jenkins' thing is.
Oh, this guy again.
No, his thing has kicked off something in the chat because they're saying, I think you mean Doom Guy. So I think they're saying that Master Chief is Doom Guy.
Basically, yeah. My next one was another game I actually played to death constantly, usually with my sister, actually. I can't remember if we had it on SNES or Mega Drive first, but it was Zombies Ate My Neighbors. Ricky's got it on Mega Drive, and I love that game.
If you look at our banner on the Justice League podcast, Facebook page or Instagram at Justice League Podcast, you will see that Adam's pixelated character, is actually holding one of the water pistols from that. Because originally he wanted a pipe, and Mark was like, a pipe is just a line.
Yeah. And I was going to say the baseball bat of the crowbar from like old Streets of Rage, but that was a bit obscure as well. So I just said water pistol from Zombies. But no, that game's cool because I mean you've got it was almost like 20 before I realized to get to the bonus levels, or even just to survive the game, you die if you lose your health, but you also lose the game if everybody that you're supposed to rescue dies. And I didn't realize if you only rescue 9 of the 10 people in the map, you only get 9 people to rescue the next level, which is easy. Only if you're nowhere near where they spawn, they're gonna die. You got things like you got to throw silverware at werewolves. You throw salt at zombies or water pistols at zombies. You use holy items to beat vampires. And it was just there was nothing like it as a kid. It was isometric, top down. You could turn into a monster and break down walls, or use a bazooka. And when you're playing that with somebody else, well, it's fun on its own. But when you're playing that with somebody else, it had a lot of shtick, a lot of like cheese to it. Like there was an attack of a 50-foot baby, and that was kind of silly. But then you had like chopping mall homages, and you had like Jason Voorhees type characters. Then you had that level where you had to fight graboids from Tremors,
Nice.
So it's loads of replayability to it. I just really enjoyed it. Still really enjoy it.
So my next pick is for the last 25 years, I've wanted to be the very best, like no one ever was. I'm just going to pick the series because Adam makes fun of me that I go back.
No. Wait,
it's the same game over and over and over.
You've done better than Ash Ketchum, though. you've won loads of times. You've been the very best loads of times. So
Yeah. So Pokemon. And yeah, it was just one of those things. Even though when it came out, I was a bit old for it. And it was one of those things that I would watch on I I would watch on like Sky One while I was waiting for my friends to give me a shout to walk to school. But it was like, no, I don't watch Pokemon. um and then like I had the game, and so like, but didn't play it with friends or anything. So then when Kieran was old enough, I bought the re-release of Pokemon Red and Pokemon Green. So it was Fire Red and Leaf Green for Game Boy Advance. I bought 2 copies on the presumption that it was going to be one for me, one for him. But it was one for me, one for him after he traded me all of the starter Pokemon.
Yeah, exploiting his nephew from a young age.
And then it was like, yeah, now you can have it, but I want all of the starter Pokemon on this game.
How do you feel, Ricky? Using child labor.
I feel great. He got me back years later on Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire because he used me to complete the Pokedex and then didn't swap things back, so I didn't complete the Pokedex.
Oh no!
Revenge years in the making.
Yeah, so yeah, that's gonna be mine. I go back every time. Oh well, even when I fall out of love with the game, I'll always end up going back to it at some point and then go back and pick up the ones I missed. So yeah, Pokemon for me.
Yeah, I think that's about this is that, you know, it's kind of muscle memory from some of these games. I've been watching Ricky play Sword and Shield, and although it's got the same kind of
Through
tropes.
a window.
Yeah. Ricky, turn the volume up. I can't hear it. Yeah, through a window on Discord. But Sword and Shield is really nice looking. It's I like the big open maps and things like that. I do make fun of Pokemon. I like the Mystery Dungeon and, you know, the Ranger games and things like that instead. But yeah, I'm not gonna make fun of you, Ricky.
So number 3 for Kelso was just asked, am I gonna get Pokemon Snap? And I was watching.
Yes, you are, Kelly.
I had nothing. I didn't have any intention of getting it, and I was sitting there, and it came up as an advert on YouTube, and I turned around to Kieran and went, I think I'm gonna get that. So yeah, probably. I don't know yet. So background, and again, should we start with Mark this time?
What?
Your next selection.
Next one. This one's way back, but back on I think it was the PlayStation 1, and it was WWE SmackDown 1 and 2.
Those games.
Do you remember them?
Ricky got all hot and sweaty.
Oh my god.
That was when wrestling games changed. Because instead of having to put in like complex Mortal Kombat style codes to do anything other than punch, you just had to press circle.
Yeah. But again, this is also because of like how much fun we had playing with my brother and my friends. We'd always play like a Royal Rumble, and you can pick like your character at the start, but if you get knocked out, you've got to take whatever character comes in next. And I just always remember there was this one bit. One of us got knocked out. I think it was my brother or my friend. I don't know. But the next one to come in was D'Lo Brown, right? And they were like, "No, D'Lo Brown." So he comes in. As soon as it must have been John. I don't know. Someone selected. Yeah, I'll take that character, right? The computer, like a random player, punched D'Lo Brown, sent him straight over the top rope, and then forever after that, D'Lo Brown is known as One Punch D'Lo. Now, every time we'd play it after that, whoever is coming in next, you're like, not D'Lo Brown, not D'Lo Brown. Here comes One Punch D'Lo. You're like, no, D'Lo Brown. And that's it. It doesn't matter like how good of a player you are. You're just like, One Punch D'Lo. And it was just so funny.
Primitive One says we've got terrible taste.
Oh well.
Well, Mark.
And Simon has said that
What, you want to fight about it?
Him and his friends in uni spent ages creating themselves in the creator mode.
Oh yeah, of course. And then
I
giving
can see
yourself
Simon.
all the fancy Rey Mysterio moves or whatever. It's got to be done.
Me and my friend John used to play some of the wrestling games and just
right.
make sure to just work on each other's legs and arms and then chest so that you'd be absolutely exhausted and then it'd be a proper fight. You'd be like, quick, get to the top of cage. I can't. And I've got a head injury.
Or starting with 5 end move finishers, and as so you just punch them, make them go like that for a second, R2, and hit like 6 rock bottoms in the row.
I had one
just
game,
like in real life.
I think it was the ECW game, right? And that was good because you could fight each other, hit them with chairs, everything like that. But the more you play, it's the same with the other games. The more their energy levels are down. So after a while, you could just like one punch, and then they're like groggy, and they're like out for like 10 minutes. You think like the character's just done, but they just stood there or they're on the floor. And if you're like 4 of you playing, one of you's like, "Come on, get up!" And we're like, may as well be one punch D'Lo. You think they're not going to get up, and then after like 10 minutes, you're like, oh, I'm awake, and then you go and you get another punch. And don't even bother.
But
that was good. That was a really rough game, though. Like old and yeah, super clunky. But yeah, next.
Kieran?
So next game. Well, you've said Pokemon. You said
yes.
Metal Gear.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think now. So I got one left on my list.
Go on then.
And that is Skyrim. It's the one RPG I keep going back to, and I have a tattoo.
I was just about to say, I didn't know you liked Skyrim, so you could go.
Yeah.
What?
What'd you say? But yeah, it's the one game I keep going back to over and over. I've played through the beginning so many times. Yeah, it's just
Duke Nukem, isn't it?
Yeah, it's my Duke Nukem. That or Elder Scrolls Online, because that thing always calls me back like, "Hey, here's a new DLC." I'm like, "So I'm sold. Come on."
I never played any of the Elder Scrolls games, Skyrim, or anything else like that, so I can't speak about it. The only thing I know about it is that they used one of the things from Skyrim in Rogue's Legacy.
Oh, the Dovahkiin.
Yeah.
It's and most of the time I play now, I never spawn the dragons or go to the Western Watchtower to initiate it. That's a different game.
Yeah. Yes.
But at the same time, I'm like, right, I've done all this. Oh, I gotta spawn the dragons now to get the DLC. Can't go to do the Dragonborn DLC without the dragons.
Yeah.
I've raided all the vampires. You're just standing there like, I built my house.
He's checking off his genocide list. It's just like all the vampires gone, all the dark elves are gone, all those northerners have gone. Wait, I'm in the north. Oh, heck.
Killed all the Falmer. Kicked the Imperial Army out of Skyrim. Yes, I'm a Stormcloak. I know Kieran Jenkins hates that.
No, it's the right way.
Well, he keeps calling me a racist because of it, because the Stormcloaks hate Dark Elves and all the other races.
Okay, so Adam.
Next one was another retro game. It's Jurassic Park on SNES.
Ooh.
It's an impossible game to finish because it's so long, and so it's just a bit of a slog. But it's got a fantastic. It's obviously a licensed game, and I think it was released 93, and it was like around obviously the time of the film, and it does follow the book more than the film. You got to stop the ship from leaving with the raptors on it. But it's the top-down isometrics, but then the first-person Wolfenstein-style first-person shooter and the puzzle element as well. You got to get the night vision goggles, and even though your weapons in the first-person element are pretty basic, and you can, even though you don't have a crosshair because you're wearing goggles, you just aim at the nose. Everything where the nose is, you shoot at it. but it just again, it was a game me and my sister played, and it's got that weird when you travel to different areas of the map, you had that different immersive sound, and it still sticks with me. It's actually still plugged into my SNES in the living room at the moment because I play it every now and then. It's just such a good game. Saying about I want to say about Skyrim as well. When I think I've told this is the worst story ever. You know, you get the you can get the masks, Kieran, for from the
Dragon Priest.
Dragon Priests. So I had one that allowed me to breathe underwater, and it was so useful because Bethesda games are kind of glitchy. There's like 2 layers of water. You get the surface, and you get like the particle effects, like the fogging. And if you lower yourself down a little bit and then tilt the camera, you can look under the water without any fogging, without any So I'd look under there, and then I'd swim down, and it didn't matter how deep it was, I could find whatever was down there. So I just raided a camp at the top in the north, cleared it out, and I had so much stuff on me I was over encumbered, so I just dumped everything I wanted to keep in a box, and then I ran around. I had to sell it to all of the places all right across the map, but there's a time lapse. It's about 20 minutes before everything resets, and I traveled all around the map, and that adds to the time. It's like it adds in real time the travel. And I went back there, and there were all these Imperials there, and I was like, hello? And they went, you can't come here. And I was like, no, I can't. My stuff's in the cupboard. Knowing there was something wrong with this. So I run in really quickly. I'm just wearing my loincloth as well. And I go in, check the box, pair of shoes and a knife.
So before we pass on, I got one thing to say about... I have this pet peeve of goats in Skyrim. Because I remember one night, like 3 a.m, I was just walking through a forest. I just, oh, there's a goat. Kill it. Turned around to see a bear. And just up on his hind legs, mauling me. And from then on, I've always seen, every time I see a goat, I see a bear. So when I see goats, I just walk the other direction.
There's a thing where like bears eat goats. And then...
Goats eat you.
Yeah. So if you kill a goat, the bear's going to kill you. I remember going up. I was halfway up the mountain, and I turn around. There's a bear behind me, and it hits me, and I just go because Skyrim physics.
But yeah, that's
using goats as a venture bait, right? We're coming in, and we've got like 10 minutes left, guys. So we're gonna have to go around with, I guess, our last pick each. Maybe go for our favorite game.
My 5 are done.
Oh, well, I've got my last one from this round, and then we'll do it. Go around quickly. Kieran, put your lamp on, because even though it shows my unmade bed, it's gone really dark.
Oh gosh!
And don't point it at your face.
Monitor, yeah, your monitor 10 showing.
Okay.
Monitor 10.
Yeah, you're gonna hear that monitor 10.
Okay, so for my last pick before we do this wrap up, I'm just gonna go with Stardew Valley. I put in like 200, about 300 hours worth of gaming onto it, because it was my go-to relax game. Because especially during the first lockdown, my housemate would be playing on her PC, and I would just grab my Switch and on the Switch play loads of it. And that's why I've been doing streams with it on the on Twitch, because I enjoy the game. It's relaxing and it's quite fun. So that
I don't find it relaxing. Every time I turn on my Switch, you go, "Hey, you want to play some Stardew?"
Okay. Don't help me mind stuff.
Psst, hey, you want to play some Stardew?
Do any of you want to play it? Anyone in the chat want to play?
Don't ever play Stardew with Ricky.
No. This is actually...
I don't even know what it is.
It's like a farm simulator, but it's got a dungeon crawler, and you can put
social aspect.
And social aspect. And I like Becky. If you go to Becky's Autumn Daggers page, her Twitch bio says reluctant Stardew streamer for SCGC, because I nagged her that much during lockdown to join me that she did end up joining me on it. Okay.
So yeah, this is actually an intervention for Ricky and Stardew.
Okay, so should we, since I went last, let's go Adam, Tranter, Kieran, then back to me to finish it off. And I know that Tranter's probably going to say my one anyway.
I'm just going to throw out a couple, and I'll just explain. I'll just say it's a couple from my list. I mean, Sonic the Hedgehog, Streets of Rage, Golden Axe, and probably Super Mario World as well. Oh, and Robocop vs. Terminator is another game I used to play constantly.
That's more than 5, Adam.
I know. I don't care.
Adam can't count.
I don't play by rules. I can't count. How do you feel about
It's
that?
fine. If you go back down your hand, it doesn't count. So you get to
Just
5.
not taking
but
them
then
off
it's
then.
4, 3, 2, 1.
I'm just calling out ones that I just honest, honorable mentions.
Okay.
Nice. Couple of honorable mentions for me would be Red Dead Redemption 2. I don't know, any of the Lego games. Addictive. Far Cry 5. I was quite into that for a bit. But yeah, my last one is probably the same as Ricky's, is Spider-Man. PS4. Yeah, it's just so good. The story's good. The design, the gameplay, the suit designs, everything. I love it. And it's just like the mechanics of the swinging through the city. I could just do that. I don't even need to fight bad guys, which is also incredible. But just swinging through the city, seeing how far you can get on like one long swing, and you just spend hours doing that.
How close you could get to the ground before swinging.
Yeah.
You guys talk about that Spider-Man, but you forget the Spider-Man 2 on the PS2.
Oh no!
Oh no! I was going to say that.
No,
that's where my love of web swinging comes from.
Yeah, Spider-Man 2 on the PS2. Without that, there wouldn't have been Spider-Man 2018. But Spider-Man 2018 just improved on every other aspect of it. The story was better because it wasn't tied to the movie.
It didn't fix everything. It wasn't better in every way.
Oh, go on then, Kieran.
Bruce Campbell narrating.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And the Italian music that played when you was doing the pizza deliveries.
Yeah. So, I didn't. It was weird.
Okay, but it improved on a lot of things.
Spider-Man 3 stopped you from getting hurt when you hit the ground, and that was weird because you lost that risk element.
But like I know it's basically Arkham combat, but oh my god, it was so.
If it ain't broke.
Yeah, it's so great, and like using the gadgets, so like setting up web mines and stuff like that. But honestly, I could just go on that game and swing around the city and not do anything. Just to be on that game, and it was the first game I ever platinumed as well. Oh, nice. I'm bought DLC for.
It's the most platinumed game on PlayStation.
So, yeah, I that kind of goes with mine, but I'll pick something else, I guess.
Honorable mentions as well, if you can think of anything.
You could just pick Miles Morales Spider-Man.
I haven't played it yet.
Okay, well then. I'll pick Miles Morales. You can have Spider-Man.
Okay, Key, what's yours then?
So mine is Assassin's Creed 2, Skyrim, God of War, Pokemon, and Snake Eater.
Nice.
Kieran
did say that he had finished his 5.
Yeah, I'm quite surprised no one said X-Men Wolverine's Revenge.
That was so hard.
Yeah. No, it's a good game, though.
By Luke Skywalker.
Also, it's got a heavy feel to it as well. Oh, yes.
All right, so my number 1 would have been Spider-Man, but I'm going to just quickly throw out some. So when I was looking up, when we were doing the year thing, 2 of my favorite games of all time came out the same year, which was like Snake Eater and Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. And Snake Eater edges it, but oh my god, San Andreas is like my favorite Grand Theft Auto game. 3, I remember playing the first one on the PlayStation, and it was so, for the time even it was bad graphically, but I just used to like driving around the city, stealing cars and stealing a police car to steal the tank, go to that longest road in the city, shoot the missile, and just drive after it. And you'd catch up with the missile and blow up the tank and doing stuff like that. So I found that great. But then Grand Theft Auto 3 on the PlayStation 2 just took it to a new level. And then Grand Theft Auto Vice City was great. But I think they perfected it when they got to San Andreas. I haven't
Yeah.
really played a Grand Theft Auto since.
I think we were talking about this before. 4 is a good game. It's a little bit. Literally, the map is a little inaccessible. 5 is fantastic.
Just too big.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. 3 Vice City and San Andreas. You probably agree. They just feel solid and robust. They just feel chunky and kind of real and lived in and things like that. So I remember playing 3 at a friend's once. I was just like, "What is this?" I didn't even have a PlayStation 2 at the time. It was just mind blowing.
Okay, so I guess that brings us to, we've got 5 minutes left. So if anyone's got any questions, I'll quickly go through some of the things. So thanks for dropping by, Daddy Cool. He's gone. Jedi Academy would be another shout from Muhe 2. Kelzor, more recent would be Horizon Zero Dawn and Witcher 3. Primitive One played that's not added anything. And someone used to play LAN on pre-Halo LAN friendly games. So yeah, so if anyone's got any questions, we got like 1 minute really.
I didn't say Duke Nukem 3D either, but that's I guess that's a given. So
I didn't say Mario.
I
said Mario 3, but like
Super Mario
was because
World.
I wasn't doing the series, because I said to Kieran I would narrow it down. Even though Super Mario World is a better game, Mario 3 was where all of those physics that
things came from,
that we consider to be staples of Mario
on
games.
SNES as well. When they released it on SNES, with the SNES feel, it was just that little bit better. It was like a remaster, basically.
I prefer the NES version, but
the NES is good as well.
Okay, so
you got a question apparently.
No questions coming through. Hang on. If you stranded on a desert island with one game for the rest of your life, what would it be? Spider-Man.
Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Kieran's going to say Skyrim.
Either Skyrim or like Elite Dangerous, because a lot of playtime in that.
Or Mario Kart. Wait, are you able to play other people?
Yeah.
You have a good connection.
A LAN party of other deserted islands.
Okay.
I played this game before and I cheated, but I'm not going to. I don't know. Zombies.
Okay, so that's going to bring us into time. I can see that the next stream is all waiting. So we've been the Justice League podcast. You can listen to us on Apple Podcasts or whenever you get your podcasts. We're even on Spotify. So you can follow us on Facebook, Justice League Podcast. You can follow us on Instagram at Justice League Podcast or at Justice League, and on Twitter at Justice League Po.
Adam's head is so big, it takes 24 hours to stream.
Wait. Adam's head's so big, he's actually sitting really far away from the camera at the moment.
Adam's head is so big, I can see you.
Adam, I was going to say Adam's head is so big, it spoke about our favorite games more than we did.
Adam's head is so big, he's already had this conversation with you all, so he already knows.
Go on, Key, you've got to get him now.
I haven't got one.
Okay, so I don't know if Simon is. I don't know if he's waiting for us, but we're still on. Until then, we can still wait.
No, he's going to kick you out.
Said, help me, I'm trapped.
Cool. Yeah, if you want to say farewells, where Simon's ready to kick us out.
Yeah. Okay. So if I and Muhe 2, if I had an internet connection, Minecraft, otherwise it would be Animal Crossing. Okay,
Cool.
So thank you very much. Everyone want to say goodbye?
Goodbye.
Well, people will be seeing me on if they watch my stream, so I'll be doing some co-op streaming with Chris.
Oh yeah, and donate to the charity.
Yes.
Come on, guys. Oh, we didn't even get to tell people to donate to get Adam to have a Nicolas Cage tattoo.
No, you told me.
I think we just did.
Yeah.
We got time for that.
Yeah.
Another time.
So yeah, donate, guys. We need to get there. If you could jump past 500 so that I don't have to have my legs waxed and get to 1500, so
It doesn't work like that, Ricky.
No, Ricky, no.
Doesn't work like that.
Then that would be great.